In today's video, we're going to be talking about the spot price of the precious metals being on a little bit of a decline today, as well as Jerome Powell of the Federal Reserve potentially being replaced. What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another video. Hope you're doing well, feeling great, and enjoying freedom. It's a great day to have a great day. Today, I wanted to talk about both silver and gold because we're seeing red for both of the precious metals, and I also wanted to talk about the Federal Reserve, more specifically Jerome Powell, because 46 might end up replacing him. We're going to get into it, but really quick, just in case you're new, make sure to subscribe for daily videos. Also subscribe to my second channel for weekly videos. Get yourself some DYDSS merchandise to help support the channel. I'd really appreciate it. And make sure to get your 2 free stocks by downloading Webull. The link will be in the description. If you refer 3 friends before the end of the month, they're going to give you a free share of Apple worth about $150. And for every successful referral, you and the person you referred will each get $15 worth of Tesla stock up until November 18th. Webull link in the description. Okay, so today is Friday, November 11th, 2021. The spot price of silver as I'm filming the video is $25.20. It's down 5 cents or down 0.2%. The spot price of gold is $1861.10, down 80 cents or down 0.04%. And the gold to silver ratio is in the 73 to 74 to 1 range. But again, that's as I'm filming the video, not as I'm editing, posting, or as you're watching. So head on down to the comments and let me know the date and time you're viewing the video and what the current spot price is for you. I'm always curious. So the spot price of silver and the spot price of gold are both in the red today. But if you were to compare them from where they were earlier this week or last week or earlier this month, they're definitely up. A little bit of a drop today, especially in comparison to yesterday and the day before. We were seeing some pretty green days. But before we can even get too much into the precious metals, I figured it was probably important to talk about something. I wanted to talk a little bit about Jerome Powell. For those of you that somehow don't know, he's pretty much in charge of the printing press at the Federal Reserve. And if you haven't been paying attention, which you should be by the way, Jerome Powell has been insisting for months that inflation is transitory, meaning that, yeah, it's up right now, but it'll come back down. Now, in theory, it could come back down eventually if our economic growth picks up by a lot. See, a lot of people think printing more and more and more and more currency is inherently a bad thing. It's actually not. Printing more currency really doesn't matter a whole lot if we have the economic growth to keep up with it, which unfortunately we don't. Hence the issue at hand, and hence the sky-high inflation. Also, really quick, I'm editing this piece in. If you are currently a Precious Metals VIP Club member, or if you want to become a Precious Metals VIP Club member, just letting you know, heads up, Saturday and Sunday's video have both already been posted. So if you're watching this video right here, Friday's video, you can also watch the entire weekend's worth of videos as well. Before I made that gold standard video, I did more research and I learned even more about it, and I ended up cramming so much information into that video and talking about FDR, I ended up completely forgetting to mention Nixon, so I'm just saying that now. I'll leave the link in the description if anybody wants to join. If you don't want to join, you can wait until Saturday and Sunday when they post on YouTube. But if you do join, you'll get access to a VIP exclusive vlog tomorrow, which is about one example of how the rich get richer. Link in the description. But I don't want to talk too much about inflation today. I posted a video about the most recent inflation report, I believe just on Wednesday, deep diving into the numbers and highlighting some of the most important details within the report. If you haven't seen it, you should probably go and watch it. It's really important to be aware of the details, not just the headlines. But what I actually wanted to talk about today is that I've been hearing a lot of people say that 46 could end up using this inflation report to divert attention to Jerome Powell and use this as a way of calling him incompetent or showcasing that he's incompetent and maybe even replacing him. And by the way, I'm not just repeating theories that I'm hearing from crazy people on Twitter. No, a lot of people are talking about this. So I got curious and I looked into it. And again, I'm not just repeating theories over here. Jerome Powell's 4-year term ends this February. And it's up to 46 to decide whether or not to reappoint him. We're currently only 3 months away from that, and I think most of us can probably guess what replacing Jerome Powell would lead to. Even more market volatility, because then everybody would go into even more of a panic mode, not knowing what the replacement is going to do. Are they going to be a JP 2.0? Are they going to raise rates? What's going to happen? So I think a lot of people would go into this frenzy, frantic panic mode, and I think that would probably lead to a pretty massive pullback. But regardless, there's a lot on the table right now. We have a potential new chair of the Federal Reserve coming up in February. Time will tell. I'm not going to speculate on that just yet. I'm just showing and talking about what we could potentially see in the next couple of months. But that's February, and I know that's right around the corner, but even more is going to be taking place less than a month from now. As we move from November into December, like I've been saying the last couple of days, I'm personally expecting a lot of volatility for a lot of different reasons. I think, number one, a lot of people are going to be taking profits after the entire Black Friday through Cyber Monday weekend blowout sale. So I think the last week of November into the first week of December, we can really start to see volatility from people taking profits. Two, I think a lot of people are going to be fearful of the events taking place in December. We have the debt ceiling crisis. We have extending the government budget and being on the brink of a government shutdown to end the year off. I think a lot of people are going to be fearful, uncertain, and doubtful regarding all of that. So I think a lot of people are going to probably sell off at least a small portion of their portfolios. And plus, not to mention, next month will be December. Every December, a lot of people sell off. They take their end of the year profits, then move into a new calendar year, a new tax year. That's my honest expectation. I think more signs are pointing in the direction of crazy volatility, pullbacks, and far more red days than green days. I could be wrong. I've been wrong in the past. I'll be wrong again in the future. But I think there are plenty of catalysts right now that are pretty relevant. And that's not even taking into account the whole Federal Reserve and Jerome Powell situation. Which, by the way, speaking of that right there, a lot of people are still going to be fearful, uncertain, and doubtful moving forward over the next couple of months, specifically due to inflation. Inflation's a problem at hand. Higher taxes is another possible problem at hand, which, by the way, if you look at the inflation report that I covered just a couple of days ago, you'll see that it's not just one or two categories driving up the entire report. No, in this case, nearly every single possible category is up. And not just up, but way up when it comes to inflation. So in a weird way, it's not like taxes went up. It's the price of everything else that went up. That's one interesting way of going about it. But regardless, moving away from all of that, moving away from Jerome Powell, moving away from the Federal Reserve, moving away from whether or not he's going to be reappointed by 46, let's talk a little bit about the silver and the gold. Now, silver is down today. It's definitely up from where it was yesterday, the day before, and the day before that. Up from where it was this entire week. Well, I guess minus yesterday, technically. But a little bit down from where it was, which is possibly a good thing. Gold, you could say the same. Now, what's funny about silver and gold this week is that silver had been climbing at a much quicker pace than gold was this week. Again, this is just all short term. This is just talking about this week. This is not talking about the last 50 years or the next 50 years. This is just this week. I just found it kind of funny because I believe it was, I want to say Wednesday, silver was up about 3.25% while gold was up about 1.5%. And that was pretty much representative of really how the whole week had been going by, because the following day, silver was up, I think, almost 3%, while gold was up only about 1%. Again, that's just this week. I just wanted to point that out. But both metals are slightly down from where they were, and I look forward to this weekend. I hope the numbers continue to fall throughout the course of the day while the market is opened. I hope the numbers continue to fall. I hope we go deep into the red, or at least somewhat into the red, further into the red, I should say, before the close, because I am looking forward to paying my local coin shop a visit this weekend. More than likely, Sunday afternoon, if possible. Going to be going after some Washington quarters, as I always do. That's the only thing that's really on my mind right now. That's really the only, for me, that's really the only thing on the menu. I'm not really interested in anything else. I can get the most bang for my buck on 90% Washington quarters. Therefore, that is pretty much what I'm going to stack almost exclusively. If I stumble upon another opportunity, I won't turn my back on it. I'll get whatever I can. But my eyes are laser focused on wherever I can get the most silver for the lowest premium, and right now, Washington quarters. So that's what I'm going to be stacking. And I'm also going to be ordering myself another gold back or 2 or 3 this month as well. So I'm looking forward to that. But when it comes to all of these catalysts, all of these different factors, all of these things that we need to take into consideration when it comes to inflation, when it comes to higher taxes, when it comes to economic uncertainty, when it comes to the health and well-being of the dollar bill, when it comes to the debt ceiling, when it comes to a potential government shutdown, when it comes to Jerome Powell potentially getting replaced in February, there are a lot of catalysts on hand. And I know one thing. There's a lot of stuff that I do not know. I have no idea what the future holds. But I do know one thing. I'm going to be holding on to the silver and to the gold for dear life. I will not be parting ways with any of my silver, any of my gold. There has to be an absolute emergency, even for me to consider parting ways with my silver. This right here, everything you see on screen, this is not an emergency fund. This is here for the long run. This is here years, decades down the road. I'm not getting rid of any of this. Especially these couple pieces over here. These were gifts. I wouldn't get rid of those regardless. But all the silver that I've stacked on my own, everything else you see on screen, I don't care what happens. I refuse to sell. Something horrendous would need to take place, even for me to consider it. Even for it to cross my mind. I don't care what spot price is doing. It can go down to $13. It can go up to $3,000. Does not matter to me. I'm not parting ways with it. Especially not for currency. But I want you guys to head on down to the comments and let me know anything and everything related to today's video topic. When it comes to the spot price of silver and gold, both being just a hair in the red today, what are your thoughts? Do you consider that a dip? Are you going to be quote-unquote buying the dip? Are you going to be stacking silver this weekend regardless of what spot price is doing, just because you're committed to stacking and it doesn't really matter because you think it'll all level out anyway? And then, of course, when it comes to the Federal Reserve, when it comes to Jerome Powell, when it comes to a potential replacement, what do you think is going to happen come February? You think 46 is going to reappoint him? Or do you think that the October of 2021 inflation report is going to be right there on top? Hey, look at this. Remember this? You're incompetent. And then he would end up getting replaced. What do you think? I know we're a couple of months away, but it's important to talk about. Head on down to the comments and let me know anything and everything related to today's video topic when it comes to Jerome Powell or when it comes to the precious metals. And if anybody's interested in joining the Precious Metals VIP Club, it's where I can do things on my own terms, not on YouTube's terms, my terms. I'm hosting privately held live streams. They're smaller and easier to manage. I'm posting exclusive VIP-only adventure vlogs. I also do giveaways, discounts, personalized promo codes, shoutouts, deal alerts when silver and gold is on sale on a variety of different websites. And of course, you can watch all of my videos early and commercial free. Come join the Precious Metals VIP Club. It'll be the first link in the description. You're invited. I'd be happy to have you. If you guys like today's video, please hit that like button. If you guys like me, make sure to subscribe. New videos every single day, 365 days a year. Also subscribe to my second channel, which is my backup channel for exclusive weekly content. Bunch of brand new videos over there. Go check them out. The link will be in the description. And if you want to get yourself some DYDSS merchandise to help support the channel, I would really appreciate that. We got the Consistency is Key design. We got the Kraken Stacking design. We got the Lone Wolf design. We got the Mama Didn't Raise No Karen design, and a bunch of others as well. Any and all merchandise can be found by clicking the first link in the description section down below. Thank you in advance. It's more than appreciated. Make sure to go and get your 2 free stocks by downloading Webull. The link will be in the description. If you refer 3 friends before the end of the month, they're going to give you a free share of Apple worth about $150 right now. And for every successful referral up until November 18th, you and the person that you referred will each get $15 worth of Tesla stock. Webull link in the description. But I want you guys to head on down to the comments and let me know once again, what are your thoughts on everything shared in today's video? Is this something that you've even taken into consideration? Is this something that's even crossed your mind when it comes to Jerome Powell and insisting that inflation is transitory, it's going to come back down, end of the year, it's going to come back down, here we are, end of the year, sky-high inflation. Do you think that this is going to be used as a method to end up replacing him come February? Do you think that that's going to take place? Do you think that that's going to happen? Or do you think he's going to get reappointed? And also, by the way, speaking of inflation, do you think inflation will come down? And of course, when it comes to the silver and the gold, what are your next couple of pickups going to be? Are you looking to get any new precious metals this weekend? Are you going to be hitting the local coin shop and picking yourself up some, I don't know, silver maples, silver eagles, RCM bars, 90%, 40%, 35%? Head on down to the comments and let me know anything and everything related to today's video topic. Thank you guys so much for watching. I'll see you tomorrow. And remember, don't you dare stop smiling. Peace.